today I am going to be discussing child protection in the gambling games industry. And most of this information came from my own research and my interview with Joaquin Hernandez. And Joaquin Hernandez is a transactional attorney who has been with Aristocrat since 2021. Aristocrat is the largest manufacturer of gambling machines in Australia and one of the leading manufacturers of slot machines worldwide. The company operates internationally with offices and development centers across North America, Europe, Asia, and Australia. Joaquin's career path is closely connected to Big Fish Games, a well-known game developer originally based in Seattle. Big Fish Games was founded in 2002 and became a major developer and publisher of online and mobile games. Over time, the company went through several ownership changes. In 2014, Big Fish Games was acquired by Churchill Downs, a company known for its horse racing and gambling operations. Later in 2018, Aristocrat Leisure purchased the Big Fish Games for approximately $990 million, making it a subsidiary of the company. More recently, in 2025, Aristocrat sold Big Fish Games to a new owner, BFG Entertainment, as part of a restructuring of its gaming business. Joaquin began his career with Big Fish Games and later transitioned to Aristocrat, where he continues to work today as a transactional attorney. During the interview, Joaquin discussed the regulatory environment surrounding casino-themed games. One important distinction in this area of law is the difference between real money gambling games and social casino games. Real money gambling games are generally prohibited for minors because they involve wagering real money and prizes of monetary value. These products are typically regulated under gambling laws and are subject to strict age restrictions and licensing requirements. By contrast, social casino games are designed to simulate casino-style experiences, but usually rely on virtual currency rather than real money wagering. These games often appear as mobile or online applications that resemble traditional casino games, such as slot machines or poker. Players typically use virtual chips or coins instead of placing real money bets, and many of these games are free to download. However, they may include optional in-app purchases that allow players to obtain additional virtual currency. Because players generally cannot cash out winnings for real-world money, these games are often regulated differently from traditional gambling products. In many jurisdictions, they fall outside the formal legal definition of gambling. However, this does not mean they are completely unregulated. Social casino games still raise child protection concerns because they closely mimic traditional gambling mechanics and may expose minors to gambling-like behavior. This distinction matters because the strongest child protection rules apply directly to real money gambling products. But even games that merely include gambling-like mechanics sometimes still face limits through advertising standards, consumer protection law, and platforms or rating policies. Another important issue Joaquin discussed is the marketing restrictions. Gambling marketing generally cannot target minors. According to Joaquin, Aristocrat reviews all promotional materials through its responsible gaming team to ensure advertisements comply with responsible gaming standards and do not appeal to underage audiences. Regulators treat this as a consumer protection issue because minors are considered more vulnerable to persuasive design, gambling-style mechanics, and impulsive spending. As a result, companies should avoid advertising in media where there's a large underage audience or a large underage audience could be expected, and they must avoid youth-oriented themes, characters, or influencers. And Joaquin also explained that in the United Kingdom, they have some of the strictest rules in this area. Under the UK Code of Non-Broadcast Advertising and Direct Promotional Marketing, gambling advertisements must not be directed at minors or include content that is likely to have strong appeal to children, such as youth-oriented imagery or themes. In practice, industry guidance often requires that anyone showing gambling in an advertisement be at least of the age of 25 or clearly to appear that they are over that age. And both in the UK and the US, gambling advertising standards restrict youth-oriented marketing and emphasize responsible gaming practices. Overall, regulatory law influences nearly every aspect of the casino-themed game development. From marketing practices to responsible gaming safeguards, companies must carefully design their product to comply with complex legal requirements and adapt to the specific regulations of the jurisdictions where they operate. Strong protection for younger audiences and adherence to responsible gaming standards will likely remain an important focus of regulation in the gaming industry going forward.